ladies, my name is Meg Jamal. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we'll be covering how to beat procrastination as a female expert. Yeah, I know, I'm coming for that big P. Every single time I ask my clients, why are things not done? The thing is, oh, you know, something happened or this happened. It's one of the things that I also personally suffered from. Like procrastination is that thing, don't even speak about it. But the thing is, how many times do you know what you should be doing, but you just find yourself not doing that? So in this video, I'll be helping you to sort that out and getting to understand how best can you create a system for yourself that actually helps you to perform. So in order to do that, I will be sharing with you my monthly planning tool that really helps me to manage my time and energy versus just going in and say, okay, let me see what shows up today. Work performance is something that has to be pre-planned, and you have to actually align your systems and the way you do things in order to incorporate it. So it just doesn't show up, you know, it's not that thing that you say, oh my God, I'm just going to be a top performer and it's just going to show up for me. No, it is a lot of planning. So the thing about procrastination is you need to understand, first of all, as female experts, we juggle a lot. We could be having family, we could be having social life, we could be having personal life, and we could also be having our careers, our clients, and many other endless things, our fitness goals, you know, all those things we want to do. And still, all of these things are meant to fit into a 24-hour system. We all know from a previous video that we do not actually plan on 24 hours because it just doesn't align with us as female experts. What we actually do is we plan on a monthly basis in order to be able to sync our agendas with our flow system. So without further ado, let's get into the planning process. So this is the first time that I'm actually going to be taking you guys into how I actually plan my month and doing it on camera with you guys. So the first thing that you have to think when you're beating procrastination, it's simply a game of time management. If you haven't illustrated what time management looks like for you, then it becomes very hard for you to actually produce. So you have to find a way, and I'm going to be showing you what that way looks like for me, is how to exactly organize things. So I actually start my monthly planning process with 3 steps only. Like I do a 3-step monthly process that really helps you to manage my time and energy across the month. So I'll be taking you through what this looks like for me, and you'll be finding tips on how to be able to borrow and take in some things for you. So the first thing before I even get into planning is you have to select your tools. And I find that most people don't precisely know what are the tools they use, and it's very important to be intentional with what you use to plan. Some people like it digital, some people like it physical, some people just like to use whatever apps that are already pre-designed and all that. But I find that for me, feeding my life into an app is just a lot because it's very customized and all that. So what I actually do, I use 3 planning tools. So I make sure I have a planner to help me with the organization. I make sure I have a notebook to help me with the drafting process. And then I make sure that I do have a Google Calendar that helps me to plan and set reminders and organize the entire scope of it. So when it comes to this, I like to just keep it simple. You know, the simpler it is, the more you understand it, the more you're able to follow track and know what exactly is working and what is not working. So once you have simplified the process and you put things in place, then guess what happens? We start our 3-step process. And the first step that I actually do in my planning, which you guys are gonna see, is I like to put in appointments first. So once I have put in all my appointments, I like to start with looking at it from a monthly scope. So here's the thing, I like to open my calendar and look at a monthly view and see what are the things that need to be there this month. So here, I'm so lucky to have an amazing team that actually pre-schedules most of my appointments, and I know all the things that need to happen professionally. And all this just allows me to be able to know what falls where. And then I like to input my personal appointments, which my team might not be aware of, but are things that I know how to do. Like, for example, I know I have a wedding this month that I need to attend. I know I have several birthday invitations that I also need to attend for close friends and loved ones. So I put in all those appointments as well. So you put in your professional ones, and then you also put in your personal ones. So once you have put in your personal ones, we now move to step number 2. In step number 2, I want you now to take in something called activities. you put in and schedule all the activities that you need to do that month. So here's the thing, when I'm coaching my clients, I always tell them career development is a lifestyle. It's not a one-time thing that you do when you only need an opportunity. It's a lifestyle. You have to always think of what are the relationships that I'm intending to build, what are the circles I'm looking to be in place in, how am I planning to establish credibility this month, what does that look like for you? So coming from that energy, you have to see and align what does establishing credibility look like for you, what are the non-work related activities that will actually help you to be able to have a proper full scope of moving your career forward. So the way I do this personally is I like to set monthly or targets for myself. I like to attend 3 events in a month, and I have to now look into and say, okay, these 3 events that I want to attend this month, one has to be on business, the other one has to be on coaching, and the other one has to be on either it's business coaching and something related to my industry. It could be something that I know I need to attend or something of the sort. So those 3 areas are things that I like to attend. So I have to see then where am I falling in my schedule that actually aligns with that. So I put them in and schedule them and say, okay, this I have an opportunity here, and here to attend an event. Then much later, I will go into where I check for events and see what are the events that align with the days that actually I'm available. And that way, I find events that actually align with my days that I'm available, and I'm at my best to be able to attend one, and then sign up and attend for those ones. And you might find some that are really nice and out of your schedule, and you might say, okay, I'd love to, but you know what, there's always going to be another one. So do not try to rearrange everything to just incorporate certain events unless they're really, really good that you can't miss. Once that is done, I like to plan my events, then social events. Some social events could be cultural, could be private events on fashion and what that I'm interested in. Then networking opportunities outside my industries, but I'm interested in. It could also be a friend hosting something at their home, or even somewhere, or a birthday, whatever, just social events. But I like to not mix this with personal events that I'm really showing up as a friend. So social events are social events. After my social events, the other thing that I like to schedule in is monthly coffee days. I love monthly coffees. They're literally my favorite thing in my calendar and my favorite activity. So normally in a month, I like to have 3 monthly coffee days. And the reason I do love these coffee days is because they allow me to have and create and be intentional with having time to actually get to catch up, meet new people, colleagues in my industries, or people that I would love to even be friends with and stuff like that. So this just allows me to get to, I suck the energy of meeting new people, or even meeting new experts like myself in the space and in different spaces, and just coming together and having that time. You need to, if you're not doing monthly coffee dates, you need to start doing it. It's actually one of the features that I incorporated in my membership, because I know the value of actually having a one-to-one with people, and sometimes it's just hard for us to schedule it, but once we schedule it, it's just in place. So that's number 3 on my activities. So once my activities are scheduled in, I go to my 3rd area, and my 3rd step is you need to now plan your projects. Planning your projects is very special, because this is coming from your goals, the top things you're working on, where you're heading to, you know, all the things that you know you've been aspiring to do. So planning your projects is how your projects actually now become a reality. So I like to work with 3 top projects that I'm working on in a quarter. So for me at the moment, I'll give you an example. One of my current projects is CPCC, and another current project that I currently have at the moment is High on Ambition Circle. I just spoke about it. It's actually an exclusive membership community for clients that I have already worked with, and in High on Ambition Circle, I recently relaunched it. So this month, one of my main projects is to ensure that the new members are onboarded, they understand the system, my team understands the deliverable in order to support the new members. So just that is part of my projects that I have to do. So I have to factor in what are the things that need to be done, the small activities that will allow me to achieve this goal. Once I know what the small activities will be, for example, means I'll have to have a team meeting with my schedule. Then we have a meetup this month, so I'll need my team to be on top of scheduling the meetup both in DXP and in Nairobi, things like that. And once these are pre-done, and I need to find in when am I having the team meetings, when am I working exactly, or what is needed for me to produce in order for that. So those have to be scheduled in, and those allow me to have slots of knowing when actually my project is being achieved. So you actually move your goal from a goal into something that you actually work on consistently and slowly in order to achieve it. So I'm very excited about that. And another goal is, another thing that I'm working on is CPCC. So also CPCC, I need to master a few skills in relation to, where I would like to be by end of the month. And by the way, I'm so excited because this is my second month. I actually complete next month. Quite excited about that. So that's my 3-step process of actually planning my month. And I just gonna give you a quick recap. Scheduling on your appointments, then schedule in all the activities, and both activities on a personal and professional level, and lastly schedule in all your projects. You'll also see one of the things that I actually do is my schedule is just not about work. We tend to find ourselves that we plan a lot of work, but you also need a schedule that allows you to align your personal life, because it's what helps, it's what gets in the way that makes you procrastinate, because you haven't yet attended to many things on your personal life. So you say my schedule is very much integrated on the two areas, and that's another thing that you have to be mindful, not to only plan your work days but your weekends, and not to only plan your professional activities but your personal appointments and also your lifestyle activities. With that, I'm sure you will be on your way of increasing your performance and beating procrastination. I can't wait to see you in my next video, and if you have a question that you'd like me to answer, make sure you comment below and let me know in the chat box, and I'll be more than happy to answer your question. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.